Buying a smartphone may be a little bit stressful as they come in various price ranges and sizes, and you may not know exactly what to look for, especially if you're not a techie guy. Hence, making a decision then becomes an exercise involving spending many hours on the internet researching many features and offers. And given how smartphones are expensive today, you don't want to be stuck for a couple of years with a phone that does not meet all your needs exactly, and it keeps frustrating you. To help you with your decision making, therefore, here are some few handy tips on features to consider when getting a new smartphone. And note here that some of these tips may seem obvious, but they are important to think about it. First is your budget. This may seem to be one of the most obvious, but it is one of the greatest and most important considerations. So what you start first by doing is deciding on how much you are willing to spend on your smartphone, and then base all the other considerations that we are going to see in the course of this video around that. There is no point fantasizing about a smartphone that meets all your needs and you don't have the money to purchase it. Second is what you want to use the phone for primarily. These days, people use their smartphones for a variety of other things besides calling. Long gone are the days when smartphones were simply just for making and receiving calls. The world has far evolved beyond that. If you're looking to buy a new smartphone, then you must know what you're going to use it to do most, so that it may satisfy that exact need. For example, you have a personal number and a business number, but you don't want to use two phones. In this case, getting a phone that allows you to use two SIMs at the same time will be the most ideal. But if you're someone that does video creation and mobile photography a lot, then getting a smartphone with a good quality camera should be your focus. So don't just buy a smartphone without considering what you're going to use it for. If not, you're going to end up disappointed. If on the other hand, you want a phone that does a bit of everything, then it will be good to go for an all-rounder that has pretty good specs. 3. The company's reputation. Ensure to do a bit of research about the company producing the smartphone. Apple, Samsung, LG, and other smartphone names are safe bets. On the other hand, some known smartphone brands which sell smartphones at affordable prices have severely come under heavy sanctions for various reasons. For example, the US intelligence agencies advises against buying smartphones from Huawei, while other brands have been caught sending back private data to the headquarters. So you've to do some research about the company's reputation before you go ahead to purchase their product. 4. We have the memory. In a smartphone, we have two types of memories. First, the RAM, that is the random access memory, which alongside the processor determines the phone's speed and its ease of operation. Then we have the ROM, the read-only memory, which most people refer to as storage. So it is used to store the device's operating system, applications, music, videos, and all you can find on a device. Therefore, a phone with a higher RAM will be faster, and a phone with a higher ROM will have more storage. 2 GB to 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of phone storage is pretty good for you if you are an average user. But if you are a heavy phone user, then it will be good to go at least for a phone with 3 to 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage. And note here that for some phones you can also use a micro SD memory card to increase your phone storage. 5. We have the battery. Are you a heavy user of video streaming apps? Are you the kind that always has multiple apps opened simultaneously? Are you involved in intense online usage? Then you may consider getting a phone whose battery lasts longer. Although power banks come in handy, it doesn't hurt to have a phone whose battery lasts a bit longer. The capacity of a smartphone battery is expressed in milliampere hour. So typical batteries have between 3000 milliampere hours to 4000 milliampere hours. And the higher this value, the more capacity this phone has, and the longer the battery lasts after a full charge. Also to note concerning phone batteries is the time it takes to charge. Some smartphones have fast charging technology and can charge as fast as 20 minutes, as is with the case with some phones. 6. We have the cameras. Now there is a lot of hype about inbuilt phone cameras as brands try to outdo each other by providing more megapixels on their cameras. Let's not be fooled by this. A camera by itself with more megapixels doesn't guarantee you quality pictures. There are a lot of factors like ISO levels, aperture, as well as the speed of autofocus that come into play, and this will not be covered in this video. 7. We have processor. Just like cameras, there is a lot of hype about processors with some jargons that you often hear as quad-core, octa-core, Snapdragon, etc. All you have to do is simply look for its processing speed expressed in gigahertz. The higher this value, the faster the processor. 8. We have the operating system. For smartphones, there are only 2 operating systems to choose from: Android or iOS, and both have their fans and their haters. If you're going for an iOS, then you're opting for an Apple phone by default. The rest of all the other brands use the Android operating system. One of the advantages of Android phones over iOS devices is the large amount of brands you have to choose from, with different phone features and different price ranges. For iPhone users, most of them will tell you it is fast, intuitive, and feels good in the hands. So whether you opt for an Android device or an iOS device, your decision should be based on what you're really comfortable with. If you own other Apple products, then your iPhone will fit perfectly. 9. We have the age. How often does the phone receive operating system updates? It may be tempting to buy an old version smartphone to save some money, but if it is too old, it may stop getting software updates, including security patches, making your phone vulnerable. And as recent apps get more powerful, the phone may end up not being powerful enough to run these applications. But if you're just a normal phone user, then an old version will do just fine. Phones are a personal device, so the decision on which to buy should not be based on market hype, but rather on lifestyle, personal preferences, and your needs. So by considering these tips, you will be able to know what fits you best and go for it. Sites like GSM Arena and ePay can be used to search features on mobile phones that you need and that you don't need. So you can look up the specs from these sites and choose what fits your budget. But note here that there is no perfect smartphone. So don't go about stressing yourself up looking for the perfect fit. Just get one that satisfies most of your needs. And please don't forget to leave a comment below concerning this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel for frequent updates, and also share. This video may interest someone somewhere, so it is important that you share. So guys, God bless you and I love you. Ciao.